The Moynihan Train Hall opened on January 1, 2021, inside the former James A. Farley Post Office Building on 8th Avenue in New York City, at a construction cost of approximately $1.6 billion, and it is one of the most architecturally significant public transit investments in New York history. It is also not Penn Station. Penn Station, the actual Pennsylvania station, the functioning Amtrak and commuter rail station beneath Madison Square Garden that approximately 600,000 passengers move through every day, is worse today than it was when the original Penn Station was demolished in 1963. The platforms are the same, the ceiling height is the same, the ventilation is the same, the congestion is the same. A $1.6 billion investment in the adjacent post office building has produced a beautiful train hall for passengers waiting for Amtrak trains, and has produced precisely zero improvement in the platform-level conditions that define the actual rail passenger experience for every passenger who boards or exits a train at Penn Station. That is the forensic entry point. $1.6 billion invested adjacent to the problem that has defined New York infrastructure failure for 60 years, producing a building that addresses the waiting experience for approximately 15% of Penn Station's traffic, while the platform conditions that affect 100% of Penn Station's traffic remain unaddressed. This is not a story about cost overruns in the conventional sense. This is a story about a $1.6 billion investment's relationship to the actual problem it was supposed to solve, and about the specific institutional dynamics of New York public infrastructure that produced a photogenic solution to a photogenic problem, while the unglamorous problem that most urgently needed solving remained exactly where it was. Subscribe now, because Moynihan Train Hall is beautiful, and this episode is going to explain exactly what that beauty cost and what it didn't fix. The Moynihan Train Hall project was conceived in the early 1990s by Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan, who recognized that the demolition of the original Pennsylvania station in 1963 had produced one of the most catastrophic acts of architectural vandalism in American civic history, and that the Farley Post Office Building, designed by McKim, Mead and White, the same firm that had designed the original Penn Station in a complementary Beaux-Arts style, offered the opportunity to create a train hall whose architectural quality would partially redress the loss that the demolition had produced. The original Penn Station, completed in 1910, was one of the most magnificent public buildings in the United States, a Beaux-Arts temple of transportation whose main waiting room was modeled on the baths of Caracalla in Rome, and whose scale and ambition expressed the railroad's confidence in the permanence of rail transportation as the primary mode of American intercity travel. Its demolition in 1963 to allow the construction of Madison Square Garden above the underground platforms is the event that produced the New York City Landmarks Law of 1965, the modern American preservation movement, and, eventually, the 60-year conversation about how to restore the civic dignity of New York's primary rail hub. Moynihan Train Hall is the conclusion that 60 years of conversation produced. It is a magnificent conclusion in architectural terms, an 8-story atrium beneath a steel and glass skylight system that floods the former postal sorting floor with the natural light that the underground Penn Station has never had, with a direct connection to the Amtrak concourse below. The connection to the Amtrak concourse is where the architectural success and the transportation planning failure diverge. The Moynihan Train Hall is connected to the platforms via the existing Amtrak concourse, which is connected to the platforms via the same stairways, escalators, and platform conditions that have defined the Penn Station experience for 60 years. The train hall above has been transformed. The platform conditions below have not. The platform conditions at Penn Station are the specific infrastructure failure that $1.6 billion in Farley Post Office renovation did not address, and their description requires the specific factual record to be stated plainly. Penn Station's 30 tracks are served by platforms that were designed in the 1960s, when the station's design was primarily oriented toward commuter railroad operations rather than the combination of Amtrak Intercity, Long Island Railroad, and NJ Transit operations that the station now handles. The platforms are narrow, averaging approximately 14 feet in width at many points, relative to the passenger volumes they must accommodate. The ceiling heights are low. The ventilation is inadequate for the air quality that a station processing 600,000 daily passengers requires. The signage is poor. The circulation paths between platforms are indirect. These are not aesthetic problems. They are functional transportation infrastructure problems that affect every passenger who boards or exits a train at Penn Station, which is to say the entire 600,000 daily passengers, not the 15% who use the Amtrak service now accessible through Moynihan Train Hall. The $1.6 billion Moynihan project addressed the waiting experience. The Penn Station Master Plan, a separate and subsequent planning process, has been developing the framework for addressing the platform conditions since 2017 at an estimated cost of approximately $7 to $10 billion and with a timeline that extends into the 2030s under current planning frameworks. The $1.6 billion has been spent. The $7 to $10 billion has not been committed. The platform conditions that existed in 2021 when Moynihan opened exist today. The beautiful train hall opened. The actual problem didn't close. The institutional dynamics that produced the Moynihan Train Hall as the primary outcome of 60 years of Penn Station rediscussion reflect the specific pattern that New York infrastructure planning has documented across multiple major projects. The photogenic solution advances because it is photogenic. The unglamorous solution stalls because it is unglamorous, expensive, and requires the kind of sustained political and financial commitment that the American public infrastructure system has demonstrated consistent difficulty maintaining across the multi-decade timelines that underground rail infrastructure requires. The Moynihan Train Hall was fundable because it involved a historic building renovation above ground, visible to the public, aesthetically compelling, and financeable through a combination of state and federal funds, developer contributions from the related company's Hudson Yards project, and Amtrak's facility investment. The story of a beautiful building being restored to public use is a story that infrastructure funders and politicians can tell. The platform expansion and renovation beneath Madison Square Garden involves displacing one of the world's most commercially valuable venues for the years of construction the platform work would require, spending $7 to $10 billion on infrastructure that passengers will experience as marginally less congested and marginally better ventilated than it was before, and asking the political system to commit to a multi-decade infrastructure project whose completion horizon extends beyond any currently serving elected officials' expected tenure. That story is not fundable in the American infrastructure system. Not yet. The result is the specific outcome this episode documents. $1.6 billion spent on the story that is fundable, producing results that are genuine and architecturally significant, while the story that would actually solve the problem waits for the political and financial commitment that its unglamorous necessity has not yet generated. Moynihan Train Hall is beautiful. Penn Station's platforms are unchanged. The passenger who took the train before 2021 and takes it today experiences the waiting room differently and the platform identically. That is the accounting. The $1.6 billion produced exactly what it was designed to produce. The question is whether what it was designed to produce was the right use of $1.6 billion against the full scope of Penn Station's infrastructure failure. This content was developed using artificial intelligence tools as part of the research, writing, and production process. All AI-generated material was subject to human review, editorial intervention, and approval before publication.